welcome to the blackout episode of
The blackout edition.
the Kona Skate Park Coronavirus Edition at the Powwow.
It sounds pretty good, actually. I'm not going to lie. It
well,
sounds
it goes
pretty,
together.
Sounds
It
pretty
goes
badass.
good. Yeah, it goes pretty good.
The blackout edition.
So yeah, we have a very special guest on today. But before we get started with our guest, we just want to remind everyone to go to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Go to Instagram, follow us, Facebook, give us a like, iTunes, give us a 5-star rating or review. YouTube, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so when we have an episode, you are alerted on your phone.
So when we're not blacked out, you can see us live.
That's it. When we're live, which we're going to do for this one, but obviously we couldn't. And yeah, if you like our work and you want to support us, you want to keep us coming to these events, go to our Patreon. We have a Patreon, and yeah.
Which goes right into my thing. Since we're doing a lot of traveling, all this stuff, we wouldn't be here without our Patreon supporters.
Yes.
Who help us get our tickets and all this stuff to get here. So our new Patreon supporters, I'd like to shout out real quick, Sean Mahone, Mike Martino, and Dave Arthur. Thank you guys so much, and everyone else who supports us on Patreon. And yeah.
Nice. Mike got on there?
Yeah, Mike Martino.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike Martino.
Shout out Mike.
That's what's up. We also want to say that we're here live in Kona. I'm not live, but we're here in Kona, and it's the first skate park in the world, right?
The oldest in America, at least.
Questionable.
Yeah.
I thought it was America, but
it's
Questionable. I don't know.
Questionable? Well, America or world?
I don't know. Derby and Santa Cruz is pretty old.
There we go. See, like,
Okay, well,
we're ready.
I'm leaving it at that, but that's why we have the skateboards in the
Derby at Santa
background.
Cruz, huh?
It's like the snake run.
It's like this.
It's just a snake
Oh,
run.
it's just that?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I think it might be same year, actually.
Is it?
Maybe. They're both like, I think, yeah, Santa Cruz and here are like the two oldest.
That's sick.
That's crazy. That's a time where skate parks were just snake runs. Like, that's so
That's
gnarly.
sick. Yeah.
But I just want to say that's why we have the skateboards behind us. Hopefully it gets us more views on YouTube also, but people might think they're watching a skateboard podcast and they'll be like, yeah.
Ideally, it would be great to have like all the blades,
That'd be awesome.
The
Shima 1, Shima 2,
fives, like,
We're not that exclusive to get that going yet.
SSMs.
We're not that exclusive to get that.
But dude, welcome on the show.
Hell yeah. Brian
I
Shima.
appreciate y'all.
Brian
Yeah.
Shima, this
on.
is sick.
It's really cool, man. I'm shocked you came out like all the way from Florida. To Florida from California.
Yeah, no. Yeah, man, you can't miss gatherings like this.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of crazy. The other day I was thinking about, I was like, I hadn't gotten on a plane in like 5 years, and that's like
Damn,
the most
really?
I ever, that's the longest I've gone since like, I don't know, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because you were on planes a lot back in the day.
Yeah, I'm sure just
All the
nonstop
time.
touring.
All the time. All the time. Yeah. Man, like, where do we start? We have so many places we can go with you.
Yeah, I mean, I personally have a whole bunch of random shit. Should we just start off wherever?
Yeah, let's start here. How'd you start skating? Let's start at the beginning. Because you used to skateboard first, right?
Skateboarder first.
Yeah.
That's a great question, man. I don't really know how I guess started rollerblading.
What? You never thought about that?
No,
I never
like,
asked you.
like rollerblades came out, and then, I mean, this was like 3 wheels. Like, this is like, pre-aggressive skating shit, So like, yeah, I think I was just like randomly was skateboarding, and then I saw someone rollerblading, like, I forget where, but then like I got a pair of skates, and then like, just kind of was like, playing roller hockey and stuff like that, just like everybody back in the day. You got Wayne Gretzky pro models or something like that, doing slap shots,
Some CCMs or some shit?
yeah, for sure.
Huh.
So I think it's just like, when the beast was created, I just, I don't know. It found me. I didn't find it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is like
found you, man.
Yeah.
This is like mid-90s, I guess?
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s, like pre-hoax too.
Oh, damn. I didn't know you were skating for that
Like
long.
Dare to Air.
I didn't know you were skating for that long.
Yeah, I was like the Grom,
Back then.
Yeah, but also you gotta remember, like, I'm from the Bay Area, and like the Bay Area is rich in history in the blade scene.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think as far as like OGs, like the Bay was kind of right there.
Totally, man.
So.
All like John, Julio,
Oh, yeah,
ESG, all those guys. Been around forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Who were the type of people you were looking up to at that time then? Was it just like the John Julio's, Garcia type stuff?
No, I don't think I didn't really like look up to anybody until Roadhouse was created, you know?
That's sick.
Like,
I'm surprised I didn't hear more people say that too.
nah, dude, it's because everybody's not old enough to say that.
I guess
That's the
so,
reality,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
He was already
like,
big when I started skating. I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, you got to understand, like, Roadhouse was God.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like God back in the day.
Totally.
You know, Arlo and all those tribe dudes did a great job
Mhm.
creating
Yeah.
Roadhouse.
They
you know?
I mean,
he was like the role model that they were all building.
Oh, for yeah, 100%.
dude,
Mhm.
there were girls that like skated in New York that I would like have a crush on, and they would be like, "I love Roadhouse so much."
Yeah, you're like, who's this Roadhouse cat?
he was like
you
the
know?
heartthrob too for like young girls too.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Truth.
So the dudes wanted to be him, the girls wanted him. He was just that guy in blading, man.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I didn't really like, because everybody was just like homies, you know.
Yeah.
Like you just go. We had like Wednesday night skates at Stanford, then we had Friday night skates at UMB, and those were just like meeting places for everybody, you know. Like you go out, skate, and like, you know, roll up to session. There'd be like, you know, 500 kids skating.
Dude, those Friday night skates were insane.
500?
Oh yeah.
So many.
Like
What?
we're talking like.
What year is this?
People are gonna think I'm crazy talking like this.
Yeah.
What year is this?
Early 90s.
Yeah, 99 or something like that.
Early
Yeah,
90s.
Early 90s?
Okay.
Early 90s.
So is this like quad skating and rollerblading? Like what is?
No, it's just blading, man.
Straight
This is like
blading?
no, this is probably like VG3.
95,
500
495,
people
96.
sessions.
Yeah,
That's insane.
You come like, you know, like we'd all take BART out there because we were all too young to drive.
Yeah.
So you like get on BART. I mean, y'all from New York, you know. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get on,
train.
you get on
Yeah.
the train,
Yeah.
and like you bound to run into a blader.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
New York still has
Yeah.
that.
We still,
Yeah,
yeah, still
totally.
do that.
You know, that's like one of the rarest things on earth right now.
Damn, it's like
Mhm.
500 people.
Yeah, you roll up to session, it'd be pretty healthy.
That's
Whoa.
insane.
Just mobbing
But
the
the cool
street.
thing was like
contest.
it
That's
was
an
just
event.
like it's all love, you know what I mean? Like it's just a gathering of friends who get to like look forward to that day every week and like go out and just hang out and like push each other,
Mhm.
you know?
That's sick. Yeah, so many, like, I remember just even seeing, I know this was sometime after, but the footage of, like, Vinnie Minton doing the fakie backflip at the end of his part of Elements 2, and it was, like, a Friday night skate.
Yeah.
And it
That
was
was on your
just-
Friday night skate?
Yeah, it was just,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
hundreds
Union
of
Square.
people. Yeah.
Union Square.
Oh, you guys have a Union
Oh no,
Square too?
that's like
Yeah,
later
yeah.
down the
I
line.
didn't
Like
know.
earlier was way crazier, man.
Yeah. Early was
Like we're talking like when people first started rolling up to Hubbas. Because
Ooh,
Hubbas,
damn.
you know, Hubbas was like
Yeah.
skateboard territory, you know? And
I mean,
like,
that's what they call down ledges, Hubbas,
Yeah, they
because of that
straight up
spot.
call
Yeah, I
Hubba-
know, it's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
but like, you know, eventually they knew not to come out on Friday nights.
Damn,
Is that
really?
where you would have the Friday night skate at Hubba?
yeah.
Shit, just straight take over that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it helps in numbers.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah, presence is always good,
Mhm.
especially at that time.
Mhm.
It's so sick.
I mean, if you're gonna roll into someone else's territory, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta like,
You gotta come correct.
you gotta come correct, but you also gotta come respectful because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna see these people every week.
Totally, man.
It's
Yeah.
not like
Small city, you know?
small city.
Yeah.
I mean, you got enforcers. You
Yeah.
know,
Totally.
people get out of line.
It seemed like a good time for like the bonding because that, I didn't even know until we had Dave Payne on that there was a skateboarder that introduced John Julio's section at Hubbas too.
Yeah, I
I
forget
don't know the
Cat's
guy's
name.
name, but, like-
he was like a pro skateboarder.
Yeah, I guess he was a big deal. I
Yeah,
I
that's
had no
that
idea.
VG3. That's
yeah,
like
I
that
had no
time
idea
period.
about that, but like, yeah, like you could tell the respect was there.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I can't remember his name, but he was like, "Yo, this is John Julio. You're watching like a section of Video Groove, or whatever." Then it panned over to John. I think Top Ass said on Hubbas.
Wasn't there, I'm sorry, wasn't there a part, like, I remember back in the Daily Bread days, like, weren't you going to do, like, a video part with, like, some other pro skateboarder or, like, have a video, like, a magazine deal? It was, like, it was going to be, like, you versus some other skateboarder. I heard something like that. Jamie Thomas. Am I tripping?
Jamie Thomas.
Or am I
big name.
completely off?
No, there was talk about it, but I
There
don't know
was
how
something.
it like
Yeah.
would act. Well, what it was, what it was like this, right? So like, there was a very special person who worked at Daily Bread. His name was Johnny, and
R.I.P., yeah.
he like held it down,
Mm-hmm.
and like he shot Jamie early, like before Jamie was Jamie Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like before Misled Youth, like when he hopped the Greyhound bus out to Cali, Johnny used to shoot him. So eventually, like, you know, they stay in contact, I believe. And we go out skating and go out shooting with Johnny. And then Jamie would always call up Johnny and be like, yo, where are these spots? Like, what is happening right now? And then Johnny would be like, yeah, you ain't got that. 'Cause, you know, Johnny.
Yeah.
And I think just like maybe that's how the talk started. But, you know,
There was
that
nothing
ain't
ever
gonna
like,
happen,
yeah.
Yeah.
think
Still,
Which is like a rumor kind of thing.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
I was just
Hey, yo,
curious
but
about that.
I'll be real. Like, I don't know. I'm a pretty modest guy, but at that time, Jamie didn't want none.
He didn't want
No,
that back then. No.
No.
Yeah,
Skateboarding wasn't ready for that.
Skateboarding wasn't ready there. No. The levels that were happening
Yeah.
were way different.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true. Now, like, they're coming up on, like, that type of skating, like hammers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. At that time, I don't think it was that big, that popular.
A few of them can hang with some blade spots. Now,
Yeah,
where,
now,
like,
yeah, it's
then
crazy.
it wasn't like
Yeah.
happening as
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. It's nuts.
But did you get a lot of that hate, like growing up, like in the Bay Area, like people hating on blades, or like probably not because there was all those people around, or
It's kind of hard because it just was what it was. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard to call it like hate when you're in it all the time. It's just what it is, you know?
Yeah.
You never know.
Mm.
I mean, still to this day, you roll up somewhere, it's 50-50.
Yeah,
You don't know if you're going to have a problem or it's going to be chill.
yeah, that's true.
But it helps, like, I don't know, it helps when you just, like, come correct at the park, man, or, like, well, the spot.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally.
you know how to earn people's respect. You gotta build,
Be
you know how it
respectful.
is, you know?
That's it, man.
We're all adults now. It's like the maturity levels are there now that we could, like, walk into some, like, another skate park with skateboarders or BMXers and no problems.
Totally.
Yep.
See, I have, like, a ton of shit here.
Yeah.
There's, like, so much fucking history with you. Like, it's almost hard where to begin, but I'm going to start with, like, the obvious, like, being part of, like, Mindgame in the beginning. And were you on from the very beginning on Mindgame?
Well, that came from you were on Medium first.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I was
so
on
on from the
Medium first.
beginning.
So you were working
right?
with Shane, the part that never got released.
What's the part that never got released?
It got lost in the mail.
What?
Smell the glove.
Yeah, like some footage popped up in, What Do You Believe In?
What do you believe in, huh? That's
Yeah.
where it showed up.
Wait, footage from Smell the Glove ended up in What Do You Believe In?
Yeah, like Topsail, this, like, curved drop rail and, like, 3 off the last flat.
Wasn't that,
before
like,
they came.
completely different? Like,
that.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I'm,
that,
like,
like,
riding
years later, though?
oxygen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 years later.
oh, shit, I never knew that. Wait, so what happened with the transition from Medium to Mindgame?
Dude, I
Yeah.
feel like I have this, like, responsibility, like, tell all these stories, because, like, there's, like, stories behind all this stuff, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, like, I was writing for Medium, and that was, like, Tribe Distribution. It was, like, Medium, Senate, and all these companies. And Arlo and all his cats sold the company, like, because they were, like, you know, Senate was big,
Mhm.
so it was worth money. So they just, like, cashed in.
Yeah.
They were out. They sold Tribe Distribution. And at that time, they were like, okay, they basically just bought it for Senate. You know, this one, Senate was at, like, Pacific somewhere. And,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
they had accounts,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, they got bought out. And then Medium was going, they just were going to can it, you know? But at that time, they wanted to create, like, the super Senate team, because they probably sold it and, like, told these cats, like, yo, we'll put together the best team, like, you know, we're the most powerful. So they, like, literally, like, handpicked, like, the best team out there, you know?
Mhm.
And, like, one day I got, like, this letter in the mail. It was like a black envelope. I open it and it's just like a plane ticket.
A black envelope.
Yeah, it's like
What?
a black envelope
James
with like
Bond shit.
a stick,
Yeah,
a
straight
Senate
up.
sticker on it or something like
Whoa,
that.
that's so sick.
And like, no, I don't think it had a Senate sticker on it. It was just a black envelope with a letter, and it was like, this is a plane ticket, you know, like, and here's a hotel reservation. Like, we hope you can make it on the plane. So I was like,
Damn.
okay, for sure. So I just hopped on the plane. I was like,
What?
let's see what happens. I didn't really know what was going on.
Did you write for Senate at all or no?
And I wrote for Medium at the time.
So it's just, okay.
Yeah, and like, I remember I like get to the hotel. I'm like checked in. They like got me my own room. I'm like,
Super
you know,
exclusive.
yeah, like right out like LAX. Like they just balled out at
Uh-huh.
the time they were balling. So they like
I
got
mean,
me.
they sent you a ticket without even talking.
Yeah,
to
just
you.
like
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
just like
Here's a
yo,
hotel. Hope you can make it.
hope you can make
Yeah.
it, kind of type thing. Come out, you know.
Some ballin',
we like
yeah.
talk to you. I was like, okay. So I
Yeah.
like go to the hotel. I'm like chilling. Like Arlo walks in the room. He's like, oh, this is what we're putting together the team. You know, they like explained everything.
So
and
who
then-
was there? Who else showed up there?
who was it? I think it was like Feinberg was there, but everybody was in different hotels. They put people in like separate hotels.
Did
like,
you guys not know that you guys were doing this?
Nah,
You thought you was
no
going
one
by
really
yourself
knew.
kind of thing?
No one
Like-
really knew what was going on.
This is super
The
exclusive,
mastermind.
by the
Yeah,
way.
this is like
This is a
that's what I'm
mastermind.
saying. Like these
Yeah.
are the stories that like no one knows
Yeah,
about. You know what I
jeez.
mean?
Dude, you have so many of them. Yeah, I hope we get dig into some.
All right,
of
so
these.
continue.
Yeah,
This is getting juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, like basically I just like, you know, Arlo came in, and I think Shane was there too. Shane came in with Arlo, and I was like, yo, we're putting together like the super team, like blah, blah, blah. Like, we definitely want you to be a part of this. And I was just like, kind of like I'm good, man. Like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, I appreciate your hospitality and everything. Like, very grateful. And it's like, you know, it's an honor. I mean, dude, this is Arlo Eisenberg. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, I wasn't really feeling it. I was looking at Shane like, yo, like, what you got to say about this?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
man?
Shane's just like, yo, we're done, man. Like, they cut us. Like, you know? And I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't the right move. So I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to step back. Like, and then,
Dang, that's especially back then to turn down Senate.
yeah, it was like,
That was like my dream.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
would have skated for Senate back
Yeah,
then,
it
that
was
would have been
everybody.
so high.
Yeah.
you know, and it was also like big corporations. So they're throwing some numbers out
Couple
there.
of
You're just
bucks.
like,
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
like, why am I saying no right
More
now?
flights, more hotels.
Yeah. It was like that.
You just felt like you weren't ready? Like
nah, dude. It was just like,
what would stop somebody from doing that? It seems like anybody would take that offer.
bigger pictures, man.
Okay, so you're already thinking ahead.
Already thinking ahead at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like, and also feeling, you know, I'm like a really like if I don't feel something, I just don't like
Stick to your instincts.
it don't like, you know, intrigue me, I guess. And I just didn't feel it. Like, it was like, you know, they like offered me something great and I was just like, I don't feel it, man. I'm sorry. Like,
That's real.
I could say yes and just like chill and go back home and just ball out, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. At that point, I was just like, you know, I was like, it was a weird time for blading. This is like corporate blading shift where like Gap was in, Levi's was in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is like prime time blading.
There was money to be had.
I think Ralph Lauren, I might have heard something about Bergeron skating for like Ralph Lauren or something like
Yeah.
that, a polo. I was like,
Jeez.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did anyone else turn it down?
No, dude, everybody else said yeah. I felt like I was the only dumbass who said no. But like, anyways, like that's how Mindgame was born.
So you
Just
like
that?
Me and Dustin.
Hmm.
And
it was
then,
just you and Dustin?
yeah.
Shane wasn't involved at all yet?
No, Shane. Me,
Oh, you,
me,
Dustin,
Dustin,
Shane,
Shane.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the talks began.
So what, you left that meeting or whatever, and you were
no,
like,
Arlo left, I believe, and Shane stuck around. That's when like, yo, let's like, what are we gonna do here, man?
Yeah.
but it happened right there, like the discussion of Mindgame.
Yeah, man.
right,
Like
that
Arlo,
meeting?
I felt like, do you know, dude, Arlo's looking you in the eye, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm
No.
sorry, man.
Yeah.
No, like that's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, am I gonna regret this move? Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like I said, like if it don't feel like feel right,
Yeah.
you gotta like, you know, I don't know.
And that's how that Mindgame began. That conversation
pretty
was
much.
like right there.
Pretty much.
How'd you end up getting Aaron involved? So it's like you, Dustin, Shane,
John was the second edition.
John.
Yeah, me, DL, then Elliot, and then Shane brought in Omar, and then Aaron probably regretted saying yes to that Senate deal, and he was like, "Yo, let me on Mindgame or
Like
something like
everyone's
that."
leaving, all my homies are leaving.
Yeah. So like, and then Aaron was like right before Brain for Gone was coming out, like during we were filming. I think there was like a, you know, like the corporate Senate was kind of wishy-washy
Starting
or
to get less
something like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
But this is prime time Feinberg.
Yeah.
You know, that's when
Oh, yeah.
Feinberg had the torch, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. And then, yeah, Feinberg came on.
Did you guys know right away it was going to be a wheel company?
Yeah.
Or you just wanted something? You knew it was going to be a wheel company?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's sick.
That's like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
Shane's like the mastermind, you
Shane
know?
the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane the
Coburn,
brain.
Coburn, like, he had visions,
Yeah.
you know? Which did a lot for rollerblading,
Totally.
you know? One of the greats behind the scenes, for sure.
Yeah.
Hands
Oh, yeah,
down.
definitely.
Hands down.
So what was that era like, skating for Mindgame during that time? Like, even before Brain for Gone kind of came out? Like, because Brain for Gone kind of established, I think,
Yeah, like-
what Mindgame was. Like, it was the new Senate, I guess, right?
Like, did you know, like, to add to it, did you know when you were filming it that video was gonna have the impact that it did? Because it's one of those
That's a great fucking question.
films,
Yeah.
right?
To have
Like-
that feeling during it.
Like when
yeah.
you're doing it, like you're like, yo, we're doing this. We're gonna change
Yeah.
the game, dude. Like,
It's,
or no?
not really,
No,
man.
wow.
It's not
It's
about...
just another thing you were filming,
It's
like...
no, it like I feel like at around that time period, there was like a click, like with me and Dustin. There's like a click, like Coupe de Tat, Brain Fear Gone. That's 1 year.
Yeah.
That's the same year.
Same year, both
I filmed
videos.
all that in 1 year.
Shit.
Yeah, 1
3
year.
sections.
That's a heavy hitting year.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So like that year was just like, it was something happened I can't really explain it,
Mhm.
but like you just like when you push yourself, like possibilities are endless, you know? And like when you really get into that mindset, like really want to go after something, like it'll happen for sure, you know? Like, but you have to like really dedicate like everything in your soul.
That's what you guys were doing for Brain
Yeah,
for
man.
Gone.
Dude, you want to talk about like
Committed for sure.
yeah, like life doesn't exist.
Wait, so how did that
Yeah.
work with the filming of
It's
Coup
all
d'etat
this.
then?
Yeah.
Like this is life.
Yeah.
How did that work with the filming of Coup d'etat then? Because were you putting like blatantly putting more effort into Brain for Gone than Coup d'etat?
No, that was just like
Was it like leftover footage or something
well,
like that?
well, okay, so Brain Fear Gone was like skating with Dustin at that time period. Like there was something like that happened to where it was just like when we skated together, like it was just like like I said, anything was possible. Let's like together look at stuff differently and kind of just like if you're questioning it, go for it. Because we just want to see what's possible.
You guys are definitely pushing each other pretty hard
Yeah,
back then.
like
huh? Yeah.
like one of the probably like the greatest day for me and well, I wouldn't say greatest day for me in rollerblading, but street skating, like I'll never forget this day. Like still to this day, it like coup d'etat, I back Roy this like drop rail in a ditch, and
Yes.
Was it the one on the cover of?
I think
Was it a cover?
a cover maybe a USD ad or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's a
I don't know. It's like a massive
drop
Yeah, like a
rail.
30-foot
Yeah,
drop,
like-
insane.
like that was like this is around the time when like
Not possible at that time.
yeah, like drop
No one's
rails
doing
were
that.
like 10 stairs,
Yeah, yeah.
15 if you want to push
Yeah.
it, but like no one was doing like
Yeah, I know.
you got to commit, you got to go.
Yeah.
If you panic, ouch.
Yeah.
You know.
At
But-
that time, you were definitely like head and shoulders above with that kind of size
hell,
and
it was stunts and
intensity
shit.
type
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's just like stunt searching,
Yeah.
you know. But that and Dustin's 5 is the same session.
Same day, same
Same
session,
session.
straight up.
Same
Is that the same
session?
ditch? No, it's not the same
Yep.
ditch. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like down the
The
ditch.
5 from
off the bridge.
No.
Down
Oh,
flat.
shit.
So like basically it was just like went out filming. It was me, Elliot, and Dustin, and like we were driving around, and like I remember we're like let's just go check out the LA ditch. So we go to the LA ditch, and like we're just chilling. Like we're at the bottom of the ditch, we're like smoking a spliff and
Yeah.
just like chilling. I look over, I'm like I think I'll try this, you know. And I was like, I like go up to the top. I'm like walking up this. I'm like, damn, this thing's kind of big. And I like look up top, and there's just like rocks, no run up. And I'm like, oh damn, right. And like as I'm turning around, I look over, and there's just a board right there. I'm like, just that's the sign.
Serendipitous.
That's the sign. So I put the board down, and it's just like, all right. I was like, y'all ready? Like,
Just gonna throw
okay,
it.
I'm just gonna go. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I just it's first try, one and
That
done.
was it. Just did it. and that
One
was
and
it.
done. Get to the bomb. Like,
One
all right,
and
D, you're
done.
up, boy. What you got?
Did he
And
know
D-
he was gonna do that?
Huh?
Did he know he was gonna do
Yeah,
that?
because like we walked across the bridge, right? And I think it's so long ago, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to remember. But I remember we were looking at the bridge, getting like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you could like drop in this and then, do that. And Dustin's like, oh yeah, okay. And I was like, and that's when it's like, let's walk down there this ditch rail. So like we walked down the ditch rail. I banged it out real quick.
Yeah.
On our way back to the car, Dustin's like, hold up, I'm just gonna take care of this real quick.
Just like that?
One and done.
Fuck, that's
One
crazy.
and
that-
done?
One and done.
That's
he,
crazy.
He didn't even want. He just like
Both
when
those tricks, one and done.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that, by the way, that 540 is the most beautiful rollerblading trick I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life,
It's
man.
up
Hands
there.
down.
Yeah.
Like-
and you were there, dude. To be
Dude,
there,
like I
must have
saw
been-
it with my own eyes, man.
Yeah.
I filmed it all like with the GL up top.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Oh, you
The
you
fish
filmed
eye.
up top angle?
But
Yeah.
the angle from the top, in the wide shot, that you're not there filming though. Did he just do it once to drop in to test it or something? Is that
Yeah,
what it was?
yeah. Like
Okay.
it was like a test.
Yeah, because you're not there filming
Well,
the long shot.
it was like, if you look at it, he's like hanging on to it. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there's like steps. So I think he like went one below and then he just like sent it, and then the 5 was just boom.
Yeah. That's
That's so
fucking
sick.
insane. The thing, yeah, you're right though. That is like one of the best tricks ever done on skates. If
Yeah.
not probably the best, the most memorable
Like
trick.
you want to talk about perfect?
perfect.
He cleared up like 15 feet.
just rinsed, like completely picture perfect.
So
Yeah.
that's
man.
insane that same day, like, and those are two tricks that, like, if you ask anybody else, they'd be like, you would picture like this crazy day that built up like all week. You're like, I'm gonna do this trick, I'm gonna do that, and they were both kind of just like nonchalant in your eyes, I guess, right? Like, that's my alarm to reset the cameras. But like you said, like you just one and done the Royale. Then Dustin didn't even plan on doing that. Just walking back to the car.
No, I think he planned it.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, because we saw it on the way to the drop rail. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying like,
but it's
it was
like
that day.
It's probably brewing in there.
You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, when you're skating and the homies like get you fired up, dude. Like anything's possible, man.
So, dude, you have some like really sick stories. I remember just like back in Oakland, just hearing like some like the OG tales. But I would be remiss if we didn't go through the old Shima left USD thing. That still goes on to this day.
Would, yeah.
But you ended up going to Razors through working with Elliot on Mindgame, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was just convincing you to go over there?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so like being real again, two of the hardest decisions I've made in rollerblading, quitting USD, quitting Mindgame. The two decisions that like were the most impactful for my whole career were those two. And if I did not take them, I don't think I would have been on the road I was on. I mean, dude, you talking about quitting
those
USD,
are big ones,
man?
Especially after that, at the time at Coup d'etat.
That's prime, like,
dude, everyone,
all-star team, man.
Legend team.
Legends.
So how did that transition work then from USD to Razors?
What do you mean?
Like, what made you switch?
I don't know, man. Like
the
my
big
whole
bucks, the big razor bucks.
Nah, man. It's never. Nothing was ever about money for me. Like money's just something you make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to make that shit your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not something that you should live for. If you do, good for you. Like I got nothing against you.
Yeah.
You know, me personally, like I don't know. Life ain't about money for me.
Yeah.
You know, and like my whole career is I have blinders on money, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's experience. It's like living.
Yeah.
And it's about pushing yourself and just being true to rollerblading. You know, like that, my whole career, like my whole skating career, like I only skated and did like fucked up shit because like everybody gave me the energy and like basically like helped me to do all this stuff, man. Like so many blade tricks, you know what I mean? I don't think I would have done unless it wasn't for like the energy from like the people that like allow me to do this, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like especially now, man, I don't skate anymore. Like it's interesting like to look back and be like
right, looking back, it's probably such a trip.
like damn, dude, I got lucked out, man, to last as long as I did.
Yeah, for real, right?
Yeah, but yeah, those two decisions were pretty crucial, man. Pretty crucial.
Those are two companies that like most people wouldn't leave. You know,
why leave?
Especially man. I mean, USD's actually. No, they were both really like I would even say especially Mindgame because like USD back then. I think when you like Razors wasn't cool, you know. USD was really cool then. Like at the time, Razors wasn't cool yet.
No.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nothing was cool.
No.
USD was cool.
USD was cool.
Yeah. That's like the bee's knees, man. You don't get better than that.
That was the business.
That's why everybody was rollerblading to make it to that point. I'm pretty sure. Like, dude, I hope I can make it on this USD team. Like, you know, it's the dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like, you know, when you have like visions and ambitions, just go for them.
And what was the feeling you got to go to Razors? Like, what he said that John, I guess, was part of it.
Yeah, Elliot was a big part, huge part of it, man. That's like, you know, this is like Mindgame. I was like, you know,
to get you to go.
What's up?
What was he doing to get you to go? Like, what was he saying to you to get you to go like Razors?
Yeah.
We were just great friends and we lived together, and it made the most sense.
Yeah, you were down in San Diego at this point.
Yeah, that's
right?
I moved down to San Diego, which is like not really an excuse for like a reason because like USD hub was in Huntington Beach, Southern California, you know. But it was just like USD was established. It was already something, you know, and like that something wasn't me. So when I left and went to Razors, I had a clean slate to like express and like, you know, kind of like do stuff that we wanted to do, you know. And
it
like,
seemed more like a blank canvas than USD was for you to like actually do what you wanted to do.
Razors?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, Andy was like, do y'all. And then once the
sick.
numbers started coming, he's like,
Keep doing y'all.
do y'all. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, because like, yo, how many pro skates did you have from that? Like, how many did you have? Pro skates, like 10?
people are gonna hate me, man. I don't even
So
know.
many.
Yeah.
No, I think like
A lot.
actually no, I think like 12
12?
in total.
That's
maybe.
a lot. That could still be a record.
12 total, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Between
Andy-
both USD and Razors.
Andy was like,
What about, like-
sick. I'll just put Shima's name on this and it'll sell.
Yeah,
dude.
pretty much.
Like,
That's
it's
not
tight.
including SSM and NIM pro models?
I think that is.
Including
Okay,
it.
12, yeah.
Yeah.
A dozen pro skates, no biggie.
It's nice. Yeah, no, I remember like when you got on, like you definitely made it cool, and then like Murder came on Dre, and then like it just like became this.
Mhm.
Razors was like the cool thing.
It's a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah,
You know?
totally was.
It was like it climbed its way up to the ladder and was like, all right, we're on top now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you had the S4 with the S4.
With the S4.
Like they made like a such a.
It was in Daily Bread, I think, right?
Yeah.
The picture of you, like, with the car keys, like the dealer giving you the car or something like that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
remember this.
You don't remember that?
Dude, I don't remember a lot of things.
I think it had a
I mean,
sto-
I cherish some things.
Yeah.
Though, but
I think I had a story like you were like a quote unquote bum ass skater walking into like an Audi dealership, and then they like didn't think anything of you. Then you went in and bought an S4, and they're like, oh shit, okay.
No, it was just funny because like the photo is like him handing the keys.
Yeah.
It's like a guy in a suit and tie.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
button up in a tie, and it was like classic like Shima like hair was like
Yeah.
gnarly, with the hoodie on, like probably some ripped pants. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Probably
probably
just came
just
from the
came
skate
from the skate
Yeah,
park
yeah,
or
totally.
street skating or something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
Like,
the funniest part. He's walking all sweaty and shit. Like, okay, 60 grand. Okay, I'll take that car. Whatever.
nah,
the fuck
dude, that
it
shit
was.
wasn't 60
Whatever the
grand.
fuck it
No
was.
way, dude.
Whatever
I
the
wasn't
fuck it
balling
was.
that hard. Like, I ain't Feinberger like some of these cats that were making guap.
Yeah,
you know?
Fiverr had some moment. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
crazy. Him too.
Back, like, I wanted to ask you one more thing about like the you and Dustin thing. But we had John Julio on
Uh-huh.
a while back, and he remembers this one moment of you guys on a USD tour in Barcelona or somewhere in Spain, and he remembers a conversation that you and Dustin had where you guys were like, we are going to change skating forever. Do you remember this at all?
Vaguely, I remember the time period. I remember that tour.
Do you
That was
remember?
the wildest tour, man.
Was that like part of like what fired you up to make you guys have a discussion like that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, this is all the time around Mindgame, you know? So, like, we knew what we wanted to achieve. We just didn't know how to get there. But we had the vision, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
we knew what we wanted to do, you know? But it was like, we're going to figure out a way to do it, you know?
That was part of like spawning Mindgame then.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, you're filming, you know, like, well, it's like you have an opportunity. You know, you could either take it or you could bomb at it. You know what I mean? And I think at that time, like, it was just something that, like, you just, like, had that feeling at skate sessions where it's just, like, anything was possible, you know? Like, you
Yeah.
just look at something and you're like, you question it, try it,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I mean, you guys were like on, I don't know how to say, but like on top of the game. Like, like you said, like to leave USD and then to also leave Mindgame and like do these things. It's like you gotta believe in what you're gonna do and have that vision,
You
and
have to.
also like be like, yo, we're gonna do this because you're making this big sacrifice that like everyone wanted to skate for those teams at that time, and so yeah, it's like that's got to be a big part of it too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because, like, I think anything in life is, like, weird when you set a goal and you achieve it. Because what's next in life?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you put so much into, like, achieving this one goal, and then when you get there, like, you have to find a new goal.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the drive go if you don't have that?
That's true.
So, like, when you reach the top, like, people always say it's like, once you reach the top, it's the hardest to, like, stay there.
Yeah.
You know? And it's true, you know? But that's also a time where you can, like lead. Like, be a leader and push and, like, really, like, try to do something that, like, will, like, help rollerblading. Or, like, I don't know about help, but just, like, push it to where, like, I don't know, it's interesting because, like, if you look at rollerblading like in its history over a long period of time, like you have a torch where like certain people have been able to hold this torch and kind of push rollerblading in these stages.
Totally.
You know, like obviously the first ones, Edwards, Arlo, you know, like the grandfathers, you know what I mean? But when you get past this torch, like it's interesting to like have it, and like when you get it, you kind of feel this responsibility, like, okay, I'm going to put in my 2 cents right now.
Totally.
And when you do that, it's like, it's cool because when you pass the torch, you get to see like what you put into it move forward. You know what I mean?
It's like watching your kids grow up, kind of.
100%, man. 100%.
That's sick, dude.
And that's why I guess you started so many companies, because you founded so many companies. And I guess every time you just started something, you're like, all right, what's next? Like, you got to just keep it going.
Just got to keep going, you know? At least, like, at the time, yeah. It was like, I mean, I was young, dude. I'm a kid. I was a kid.
Yeah.
You got to understand, like, you know, like, I graduated high school. I didn't go to college. I didn't do none of this.
Right.
I'm a rollerblader. Straight up. Like, that was my life. You know, even to this day, I'm almost at level 4, man. And like, you know, I'm a rollerblader.
Yeah, totally.
So,
you're here, powwow.
Exactly. You know,
It's crazy to think, and don't mean to keep going back on 4x4 thing, but it must have been so sick at that time, like, because you had already left USD, went to Razors, it worked, and then when you left Mindgame, I can just imagine the conversation, because you're like, yo, John, we're gonna leave, and we're gonna get Happy on too, and just like make because dude, that squad was like Voltron, man.
What was that like?
When that video came out, there was like at a time where the video that you looked forward to every year was the Mindgame. It was like, and you're like, oh, when that comes out, man, that's gonna change the game again. Like, oh man. But then like you can tell you went in with that similar intention with the 4x leading the blind, because that video was just, and then to involve Pat in it too was just like. Because Pat's like one of my favorite and like one of the most epic bladers to ever be too. And so like it was such an eclectic and good crew. You must have been stoked to like, at that time must have been an exciting time to be like, oh, we're going to do this project, get all these, it's going to be sick.
Yeah, it was like, you know, I don't know, after Mindgame, it was just one of those things where it's just like, when you know you need to go somewhere, you just got to go. And like when we left, like I said, extremely hard decision. Like I remember having that conversation. I'm like, yo, like, all right, here we go. And you know, it's kind of messed up because like I learned everything from Shane and Arlo and all these cats. Like when I rode for like Medium and Tribe, like I had my eyes and my ears open. Like I was really looking what was going on. You know, as a kid, like subconsciously, I have no idea, but just like what was like my intake was like, there's something here. Like there's a massive business, like people just living like with smiles on their faces, you know? It's like, okay, so like I learned a lot from them, and especially like Shane, how Shane found Dustin, and like how you basically just like create a superstar or something like that, you know? And like clearly, like, you know, when I saw Happy, I was just like, that's Dustin Latimer, man.
Yeah.
I knew instantly.
Totally.
Instant. Like,
Totally.
It was no question about it. I seen it, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I was like, but at the time, this was like before 4x4 was even around, and I was like, Shane, let's take this kid. We're going to put him on. And then, you know, of course, when we left, it's like, Happy, be my guest. You can stay. But it's about to get real. And Happy was just like, dude, I'm completely like down, like, you know, and because I think Happy kind of knew that it was about to get real again, you know, like this was like right after we finished Brain Fear Gone, and like thinking about things, and it was like we knew that like Brain Fear Gone had like an impact, but we also like knew that it was possible, and we wanted to like Brain Fear Gone was just a test. You know?
It's a test.
yeah, it's a test. Like that was the test stages. You know what I mean? Like,
jeez.
I mean, think about you know, Mindgame, and then like Brain Fear Gone. Think about the next 7 years of rollerblading after that. You're talking like rollerblading was insane, man.
Insane.
Absolutely
insane.
Like people like
Stressful.
Dude, like
Skating was stressful.
Dude, you know when you go out and skate with your homies, you're like, dude, I cannot look. Like, dude, like he gonna die.
Straight up.
And you always get that one homie that like just always gives you the heart attack.
Always. We got
like, everybody got the homie. I got the homie,
yeah.
you know, and you're just like, okay, here we go. But like, you know, so it's like, yeah, Brain Fear Gone was just like the testing phases, you know? And if you look at Brain Fear Gone and you look at Leading the Blind, like, I hope you could see like the similar like mentality going into those.
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
totally. It's
you know,
just like it became when like the mind games were the like things you to look forward to every year. That was like instant classic, instant. Yeah, it's like one of the best videos.
Oh yeah,
ever.
like most people, like unarguably, like
Yeah.
the best video of all time. Were you like always looking for the super team? That was like the main focus when you would start a new company, just like the super team first, and then build from there. It seemed like that was like the most important thing for you, the way you're speaking about it.
it's not about a super team. It's about like the drive. Like when you go out skating with somebody, I've just been really lucky, man. Like I got to skate with like Dustin,
Yeah,
and I got to skate with Haffy.
it's
You
a
know,
good
I got to
crew.
skate with Elliot.
Yeah,
I got to skate with like these people who are like really impactful
totally.
on like my skating, vice
Yeah.
versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like when you have like these connections
Energy
with
was
people,
just high.
yeah, when you like, you know, like you go out in sessions and like you roll up to a spot and you're like, is this or is this not possible? Like that is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go up and you're like, you're kind of looking at it, maybe you're like doing some like judgment. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's pretty high, but like, okay, if I make it here, it might be chill. Like, and then it's like, do I go fast and just blast off and see like if the speed's gonna help or not? You know, but like, definitely Leading the Blind was another round of that. You know, look at Haffy's section, dude.
Insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, straight up.
Like,
Everyone's part in that, but happy. Yeah,
but
You
I
can
will,
see the
I will,
drive in
I
those
will say
sections.
though, Brain for Gone Dust Latimer section. If y'all haven't seen it, put it in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this, y'all know how long ago that was? I think it was like 2001.
Yeah.
So we're coming up almost on
Yeah.
the 20-year anniversary
Yeah.
of that video.
Yeah.
Put it in, watch that.
Yeah.
Like, rollerblading don't exist like that no more.
No, it doesn't.
It don't. And like, if you really look at how technical everything he does in that video and how clean he does it,
Yeah.
it's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Absurd.
No, he's totally like, yeah, that energy that not only you brought, but that you had access to through Elliot, Aaron, Dustin, Haffy. Like,
Mm.
it's like the all-star crew. It's so sick. And yes, everyone, like, the vibe's so high. Everyone's just like pushing each other.
Yeah, you know, but it was also one of those things like Leading the Blind was like, you don't come in, like, when you come in, like, you know what's expected.
Yeah.
Not what's expected, but you know what everybody else is trying to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, like, you're either going to be in or you're going to be out. Because when you roll up to the spot, either you got something
Yeah.
or you don't, you know? It's like, and it was just one of those things. So when you go out and skate and you meet somebody who's, like, right there with you, that's special, man. Like,
Yeah.
100%. And that's, like, not even, like, pushing boundaries. That's, like, trying to grind your first handrail. Like, if you got, like, someone with you to help you get through that, like, you're going to make it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, that's just how it is. Like,
Mhm.
Just that, like, competitive drive, too.
You know, like-
involved there.
how many like fish
Yeah.
have you ever just been like, yo, I'm gonna go lace this hammer by myself
Yeah.
and gone out,
no,
set up the
no,
camera
no,
and
no,
been
no.
like, all right,
No,
this is my
never
ender,
like that.
this is
But
my
like-
ender.
With someone, always like,
Yeah.
how do you,
No,
and
no.
they're like, yeah.
Solo,
Yeah.
like I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
set up the yeah.
Never.
For fun?
No,
Or is it-
no one's doing that.
I've never done that.
No one's doing
Yeah.
that. You know, but like if you got the homie there, be like, yo, you got this.
Yeah, totally.
And like help you get through it. You're gonna send it. Maybe you
Totally.
don't got
Yeah.
it, but you're gonna send it.
That's why I never got skating. People who skate by themselves. Like, I was never that type of person. I'm guessing you were never that type of person either, to skate by yourself.
Nah, like, well, I mean, like, you go out and skate. Everybody skates by themselves, but like, I ain't climbing up on
Hammers?
no
Yeah,
roof
yeah,
without
dude,
like
right,
by
You're not
myself.
gonna like do like a rail session
Yeah.
like by yourself or
No.
nothing like that.
No.
That was never a thing for me either. I never understood that, and that's exactly like what you're talking about. Is like the whole, pretty much, you need to skate with other people to push you. It's just not the same otherwise. At least in my eyes, anyway.
No, totally.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, especially when it's work, you know, skating a mini is
Mhm.
one thing, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
put in
course.
work. It's good to have that push.
We never had anyone on the show who jumped the leap of faith.
Yeah.
I'm so curious what that day was like. What was going through your mind before, afterwards, that whole fucking day? Like what led up to it? Were you like planning that for a while? Like,
was the confidence high? Did you feel like you had
have to
it?
be confident to try that. I mean,
oh, yeah, this is how it went down. I was just like, I quit USD and I got on Razors. It's like, all right, best way to announce this, I'm gonna jump a leap of faith.
no way. Are you
So,
serious?
yeah, same weekend. Same week. I
No
put on
way.
the skates and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to jump leap of faith. Hopefully these things hold up.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the way to test it, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Then in Brain Forgotten, you're writing USD and Razors.
Razors, yeah. Leap
Or
of
is it
faith.
just Razors,
Leap of
or-
faith is Razors.
I'm saying
USDs.
like there's a mix of both.
Mix, yeah.
Okay, I never even noticed that actually. That's crazy.
Yeah.
When you were trying that, was that like one of the biggest things you ever tried to do? It like felt like it at the time.
Like drop wise,
I mean,
probably.
because I know the gap is big, but like that's one of those things where like the hype lives more than anything else. So like,
yeah, like
just the leap
like,
of faith.
like people have jumped probably like gaps of the same size.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You know
it's
what I
the
mean?
leap of faith, just because it is the leap of faith. You know, it's one of those things.
I don't know. I think I've never been there, but
I've never been there either, but
Y'all never been there?
no.
Really?
Because
At all those trips?
by the
there's
time
no reason to go there.
by the
unless you're gonna
time,
jump there,
by the
right?
time I would have gotten there, it was already like you couldn't do it. So like people were just over it. But I think, yeah, if it would have been available at the time, the way photographers were back then, and like all the filmers, like you said, it was like like Jamie Thomas probably wouldn't have been hyped to skate some of the stuff we were skating back then because it was all just about amplitude. It was just like the biggest,
Yeah.
the tallest
Didn't
thing.
he try leap of faith?
Yeah, he's the first one.
Yeah,
the first one.
leap,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. So what am I saying then?
Yeah. No, I was just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like in terms of just like the style of skating back then, it was just if you're going with Ryan Schutte in the car or whatever, or
Yeah.
whoever,
Yeah.
you knew you were in for a
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were in
Oh,
for
you knew.
Yeah.
You were in for some work. It wasn't going to be a chill day ever. So that was kind of like that era.
And you went. It was just you doing it. Like it wasn't a show day. Like how when like Kel did it and Ian like that
No,
man. It's
no,
like they was
no,
like
no.
just like running the train on
So
that.
I never really rode like that, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, like, I always skated, like, when it's time to, like, get something done,
Mhm.
you know, you're, like, on a mission.
Yeah.
So, like, you get the squad and you go out and you handle business, and you try to really one and done everything.
Mhm.
At least that was my approach. I didn't
Yeah.
really want to mess with anything. So it's like,
Yeah.
you either give 100% or you don't
I
go.
mean, a gap like that, you don't want to do more than once.
Yeah,
Definitely
I think
not.
I did like 4 times too,
Did you?
actually. Something like that.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, actually, no, I jumped it twice in USDs. I jumped it twice in Razors. That's right.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
And the last time I tried, I like messed up my ankle.
And that was like
Yeah.
the final one.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Do you like watch back the footage and like, damn, I wish I did this differently to like make myself land it or not like break
Nah,
my ankle?
man,
You
that's
don't-
like-
you don't do that shit?
No, man.
Yeah.
Like, that was just like, it's like trying to like
Yeah.
be like, okay, like I'm coming
Let's
off
do this.
USD.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go to Razors. All right,
Yeah.
I'll huck it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe I got it, maybe I don't.
Yeah.
But I'll huck it.
Right.
So like I just jumped and
That was it.
yeah.
I mean,
But it's a
dude.
commitment. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
Like,
1000%.
like, the thing is too, like, is blind. So you're just like rolling up to like a square rail that goes down.
Yeah.
You don't see the
With nothing on
landing
the
until
other
you're
side.
over the rail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
You
it's.
have to gap out to it, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, you could just like go over
Oh,
the drop
okay.
rail.
Okay.
You ain't gotta like go deep. Some
Right.
people try that approach, didn't work out for them.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, dude, yeah, you've obviously, like we were talking about, you've done like a lot of the biggest things, tried the biggest tricks, had a ton of different injuries. But yeah, like you went from like being extremely active and skating like competitive, like winning a lot of, I remember a few years you were just winning almost every competition, like these RFCC ones, is getting first and all these things and running companies and everything. And then you had like that injury that just completely changed, everything. So I know it's like probably maybe a rough thing to go back on, but that must have been like really hard to deal with and manage. Like, what was that like, that period of recovering from that injury? Because it was, and those who don't know, like, if you could describe the injury.
the injury was interesting. Like, I knew instantly on impact, career ender. Knew instantly.
You knew instantly.
Damn, career and not even just like you're
Knew it.
fucked up straight career ended.
Straight career ender. Instantly, within 1 second.
No.
Done.
You-
I like hit the bank, come down. I like just feel like bomb went off in the skates.
Oh
I remember like I went to like kind of like adjust
Take
my
it off,
skate.
yeah.
Well, no, I knew like before like it's kind of funny too, because like when you like break an ankle or something like that, leave your skate on.
Yeah.
Because it's a cast.
Yeah.
You know, you want to just like leave it on until you get to the hospital and let them deal with it.
Right.
Which was, I kind of regretted that later this time. But, you know, like I just felt like a bomb went off. And I knew instantly, but like I just went to like adjust it, and I felt like something like, no, just like an air space with like weight and like a weight and then airspace and then like more weight. Does that make sense? Like imagine like, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. So like imagine you have a bag, right? And you have something that's got weight, and then all of a sudden there's like air, like space, and then there's something on the bottom because your skin is holding and there's nothing in the
no
middle.
joint kind of,
you know, so like you have like a dangly like little thing. Like I felt that, and I was just like, okay, see how this goes. So like I like Dafik and Amir took me to the hospital. Like I walked in the hospital, I was just like, I knew instantly, you know, I just tried to be real.
You couldn't even like stand, I guess, at that point, right? Because both your ankles.
Dude, I got so lucky. Like I had to hop this gate. Like this dude came.
Shit, no way.
This dude came instantly and was like yelling at us. I'm like, dude, whatever. He just opened the gate, man. Like he opened the gate. You know, thank God Amir and Dafik were there to help me out.
Yeah.
And then they drove me to the hospital. I was like, Amir's got to go, and I was just like, all right, peace, y'all, I'll be good. And, like I was just at the hospital, and like. First thing I asked, obviously, is like, all right, doc, like, how serious is this? Like, are we talking amputation here? Like, you know, because
that was like on the table, like
no, you just gotta ask that question. I was just trying to be real, like, yo, just come at me. You know, like I ain't a normal person. Like, I've broken lots of things. Yeah. Like I know, like when something's.
I know what I'm in for.
I know what I'm in for here. Just be real.
Off, yeah.
You know, something feels off. So, yeah, I did that and went to the hospital. I don't know, like. I think the question you asked was like, what, like, what was it kind of like, what if, like, what would the transition feel like?
Yeah, no, because, you know, blading was obviously, you know, your life and did this whole thing. And then you're now being taken to a place where you don't know if you can skate again or if you're going to be able to walk again or like the recovery. And I don't know, I've had some like injuries that have taken me like, you know, a year to recover. But I know this one particularly was just like surgeries and years before you can
it
walk,
was like
right?
I think on and off 2 years, maybe like a month
to like walk, right?
In the wheelchair, like multiple surgeries.
Surgeries.
My goal was just to be able to live normal, walk, like, you know, like, I mean, as far as like not being able to skate anymore, I was fine. Like, you know, something happened in like mid-career for me where like I like just, if I can never skate again for the rest of my life, I was totally okay with that. Like a lot of people probably don't know this story either, but like probably at like the height of my career, I got a phone call one day from Make-A-Wish Foundation, and like I did a Make-A-Wish for this kid.
No way.
And that like changed my whole life, man.
Oh shit.
It changed my whole life, my whole outlook on life, my whole everything, man.
Dude, I didn't know you did a Make-A-Wish.
That sounds very
interesting.
No
one really knows. It was like, you know,
you're a humble guy.
Respect, you know, like you don't really like. I just went out there because like this was this kid's wish, man. Mm-hmm. Like I went out there,
that's so
and
cool.
I was just like just to session with this kid for the weekend. Like I went out there, and like at that point, like when I got to hang out with this kid, like.
Was he skating? You skated together?
Yeah.
That's sick.
We skated together for the weekend, and that was just like, you know, like nothing will ever be more humbling than that, man. Yeah. For the rest of my life. Yeah. I know that 100%, man. Like,
wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. There was like, and that after that, I like, you know, this is like when I was like Shima 2, Shima 3. So like this like the middle of my career, you know, and that was something I was never expecting. Like, you know, you don't expect something like a phone call like that, you know? Yeah. And like when you get a phone call like that, it's like, it just kind of like changed my life, man.
That's insane. Yeah.
Probably makes you more appreciative of everything in life afterwards, right?
It just puts into perspective what's important in life.
Totally.
You know, it really does. Like, at least for me, that's what it did.
I feel like you like not even like concerned about not being able to skate again. That's like you looking at the bigger picture. You're like, I just want to live now. Like, the hell with like 100%. Not really being able to skate. Like, I just want to live and move on.
Like, dude, I'm so happy, man. Like,
it's just like gratitude, right?
Yeah, like dude, like
the small.
I mean, dude, I sit, you know, in front of you guys, humble as fuck, man. Like, I know damn well, like, probably out of anybody in rollerblading, like, I probably like did the most, you know, and I am super fucking grateful for it. Like, you know, I never in my wildest dreams would have expected to live the life that I have lived so far.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could die tomorrow and I feel like I've lived a really blessed life, man.
Hell yeah, you definitely
like
did.
100%, man. Like, just like the people I've met, you know what I mean? Like the bonds, the brotherhoods, like stuff like that. Like, dude, that's extremely rare in life.
Totally.
This is like really extremely rare, you know? And like nowadays it's just like, what the fuck do I do? That's just the question.
Yeah.
You know?
So what's happened like then?
Well, speaking of that, like you somehow stumbled into like a really badass career that's like right up your alley. Like,
yeah, like I like restore guitars and you know, I've gotten to work with like some of the illest cats. Like I've been really lucky like to get into the field and like been, you know, welcomed with open arms. And you know, I just like, it's kind of weird because now like my whole life is just music. Like I just play music and work on guitars.
That's awesome.
And
it's
like
the perfect transition.
Yeah,
you know, it don't hurt. I'm not bedridden for like a month. You know what I mean? Like it's cool.
Yeah.
Music
like,
is such a great thing.
You know, like it's funny. Like someone that I really respected at one point once told me like that I was blessed to have like found like lived my life in rollerblading, and like most people like don't even get that chance. And they, you know, they told me like straight up like never happen again. And you know what? That's just like feeds the fire. You know what I mean?
That's real. Yeah.
You know, because it is true. Like, you know what I mean? Like not a lot of people get to experience and live their dreams. You know?
Super rare.
But at this point in my life, like that's all I live for. That's all I can live for, man. That's all I know. I just know how to chase dreams. You know, so like that's just kind of what I do now. You
That's
know,
sick.
like straight up, like straight out of rollerblading. Like I was really blessed to have met like my brothers like through rollerblading, dude. Like everybody in my band is a rollerblader, dude.
Fuck yeah.
Like we're all bladers. We all come from the blade team. We all started playing music together. Like this is all of our first band, and like instantly it's just like it's that
It's a
same
perfect fit.
feeling, man.
Yeah.
And it's the same feeling. Like we go out sesh, like it's we going skating, you know.
It's
And like
so
it's so
sick.
much love and just like the brotherhood's real, you know. Like we just like, because you know, like we're all learning. This is a learning process for all of us, you know. And it's just like learning to skate, you know. And like we're just like enjoying the journey and like gonna like push and just like really chase this dream, man.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, like I'm not sure about if you have the same feeling, but I know like in my skating, like when it was time for, when all the signs were pointing to basically my body and everything was like, okay, we're on the way out of the pro thing. I found it hard to like come down, because like the whole thing that skating brings when you're traveling, the bond between friends, like, you know, you're out there skating, you're bleeding, like, you know, you're sweating with each other. It's like getting hurt. You have to like be there for each other in a more real way than a lot of people who might go to the bar and have beers with their coworkers type relationships. But yeah, like at least for me, playing music was a really good substitute to like replace that feeling when, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it sounds like it provides that same thing. For
Yeah,
you.
and like it also helps that we're all rollerbladers, man.
Yeah.
Like there's not a like it's very special. There's a bond between everybody who rollerblades that is like, yeah, it's like it's unspoken, but like, you know, you could go anywhere in the world and break bread with someone you can't even communicate just because
Totally
you
right.
rollerblade.
Yeah.
And that don't exist in a lot of things in life.
Totally.
You know,
We take it for granted sometimes.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. But like, I know like if someone's in need and they rollerblade, like, dude, I got open doors.
Straight
Vice
up.
versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and that's like, dude, you ain't gonna find that anywhere else, man.
No.
It's like when like a Grateful Dead fan sees a person with a Grateful Dead shirt on at the supermarket. They're like, you know, they give each other the eye. They're like, buddy, me and you,
Yeah,
dead,
man.
right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I think the musical transition for bladers is such like a natural thing, because as bladers you always want to progress, you know, hang with friends. The same thing as like jamming with
Yeah.
other people. Music, there's limitless room to progress, you know. It's the same thing. We have that need to want to learn more and do better in whatever we're doing, and music is such like a perfect place to do that, where you could do it forever. You could play music forever. You might not be able to skate when you're 50, 60, 70 the way you skate, but you can play music till the day you die.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, but
As
it's
long as you
like,
don't get arthritis, you know.
Yeah.
true. You gotta watch. Well, I mean, we're all kind of prone for that.
Yeah,
Come on, who we can.
Just
It's just
not
a
looking,
time.
It's not
Yeah.
looking good for
It's
me in
just
the
time,
future. I'm just going to
you
say
know?
that.
Yeah.
All those spills, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the video thing?
Oh, yeah, you know, we wanted to do something. We've done it a few times in the in our earlier episodes. We thought it'd be cool to do it with you. Would you be down to watch your Brain for Your Gone section and maybe get some commentary along the way? Like, we'd watch it on the phone here, and then post it'd be like on the screen, maybe a little.
Would you
box
be
or
down with
something.
that?
Austin post-production magic.
Yeah, more
okay,
post-production
for sure.
work.
That's the show. But would you be down to watch it? Because like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
some
so I feel like-
stories might pop up. I feel or trigger
Yeah.
some memories that, you know, and it's just like you said, such an epic video, and that thing really, yeah, that changed. That changed.
Damn, your section was
everything.
7 minutes long. Damn.
Is it 7 minutes long?
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because like, you know, if you look at like me, Pat, or BJ stuff like prior to all this,
Mhm.
like it's all the same.
You guys been doing that for a while. Yeah, that's
You know, it's all
you,
about
Pat,
G.
and BJ have been on your own
Yeah, that's life,
bomb
man.
squad, man.
Dude, that was like that's the very beginning.
Bomb Squad
You
was
know?
the sickest thing ever, by the way.
I mean, dude, when you skate with Lando
that name,
and
Bomb
BJ,
Squad.
Lando,
come
yeah.
on, dude. Like, I seen this dude do.
Fire fucking
I seen this
trash
dude
cans.
do like these handrails that were like impossible, man. Like straight up impossible.
Yeah.
Like, I just start laughing at him. Like, bro, you ain't got that. And then like 2 tries.
No,
Bam.
it's insane. Yeah, that whole bomb squad, like all you guys. I don't know what what was in the water over there, like what you guys were drinking, but you guys were doing
It's
some.
geological, like where you are and what's around you. You know what I mean? Like we just had big ass shit.
big
Yeah.
ass rails.
Big
yeah.
ass fucking rails.
Mhm.
Like, you know, we didn't have a perfect 10 stair.
Mhm.
We had like a perfect 30 stair,
Yeah.
but not like a perfect 10 stair.
It's like down a mountain.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, if you look at blading, like that's where like that's how style's created, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I first
Yeah.
went to Philly, right? Like, I met John. Like, we go out skating, and like, you know, Philly don't have like big monster spots,
Yeah.
you know, like that. But like, these kids just destroy the
Destroyed.
common
The
spot,
tech,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
beyond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they
That's
got.
what you got. Yeah.
You
Totally.
know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, and like,
It's like Joey being in Florida, like just
Yeah, that's what we were just
jumping
talking
off
about with Joey,
roofs.
saying
you know?
straight
It's just
up.
like,
Yeah.
damn,
It's
you
yeah.
gotta
like
jump
what-
off a roof.
you know,
Yeah.
what surrounds you is kind of how you're gonna like
Yeah.
formulate like how you
Mhm.
skate, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. We see that environment being a huge bit.
All right, so we got your Brain for Your Gone section. Like I said, we're going to watch this on the phone. Can you
So I guess-
see? I mean, I guess it's more important than you see it than I see it, so.
Can you see it over here?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Just to
Austin,
play
can you
whenever.
see it?
Yep.
You wanted me to like commentate on this?
We'll see.
Well-
Maybe some will pop up or like
Yeah, like when we
a
watched
memory
it
from a
before.
day or something.
Like all these quotes Shane just came up with, I'm like,
Oh, it
For
was
sure.
that just
How,
random?
like, how about this? Like the
pitchfork?
icons for the head.
this is Shane.
Just Shane.
It was all Shane. Didn't mean anything.
Nah,
You weren't like the devil in the group, the pitchfork.
maybe, I don't know.
What's up with here? You had your hair like bleach blonde at this point?
Yeah, dude, like I said, man, this is trial and error. Just obviously an error.
Just hashing it.
Obviously an error. It's good that we have this to look back on, though. You were always backsliding the monster fucking rails.
Yeah, you know, like we're talking about earlier, you gotta stay in your lane, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That backside you did on that kink roll, that's like the same day that Elliot session did? Like where did
Yeah,
In the
like,
Machio
yeah, that's
180.
like, you know, like if you watch all these sections, like if the spots like similar
Mm.
around,
Same
like it's
day.
all same day.
Mhm.
That's what I love about these older videos. That was more of like a crew thing.
Just
Yeah.
because like clips back then, I feel like
Yep.
they were just like
Cyrus's that Matthias made my pro skate, you know?
Oh yeah.
Just never made him my size,
No,
so it's all
yeah.
good. Still skate him.
But those weren't your size skates.
No,
You couldn't
like,
get your own pro
they
skate
didn't
in
make
your
'em.
size? What?
in my size at that time.
What were the gang signs you were throwing up before this?
Dude, this is, I told you, Roadhouse, man. I told you.
Yes.
Roadhouse be throwing gang signs, so I started throwing gang signs. Trying to just be part of the gang.
I remember I skated this. This is at San Diego.
San
Like,
Diego, yeah.
It's so high with no run up.
It
No
looks stupid
run.
high.
Yeah.
It's funny when you like see clips and you're just like, I don't even know why I even use that. That's like a lot of stuff.
No, I mean I think all these clips are pretty money. Yeah, it's like
Wow, it's crazy. There's like, it's interesting because this is like, yeah, we said this is like 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like, my approach to my last section was like no filler was what I was going for.
Yeah.
And this is like a lot of filler.
I think some people
It
might
gets pretty
disagree.
hammerific, though.
Yeah.
It gets pretty crazy.
I mean, but then again, you're judging this on like the standard of.
You know what's the
Like,
best
your
part
part-
about this?
Yeah.
Is this is days where like you could use Tom Petty songs. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah. You don't have to worry about licensing and
Like,
stuff like that.
You know what I mean? Like you could just like use music you like and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
music.
it's like no issue. Just
Yeah.
be like, I like this song. I'm gonna use like the most popular
Yeah,
song
it's
ever.
the
Like,
number
Yeah.
one hit. You're like,
Michael
throw it on
Jackson
there.
and shit.
I'll use that. The
Yeah,
new
Michael
hottest
Jackson was
tune
in
out.
this video. Like, that was crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
like,
Think about
He
that.
would never be able to do that. We have to start GoFundMe to get music rights for a Michael Jackson video now.
Dude, what's the story with this, real? I've always been wanting to know
Texas.
about that, real. Texas?
Texas.
Man, that's like one of those spots, you know?
It looks like a skate park.
Yeah.
Capped. Go.
Capped? Ah, of course.
And the Big Cyruses.
Big Cyrus's once again. That was another Jamie
That
Thomas
one.
gap.
Jamie Thomas did
That's
that
another
one?
Jamie Thomas
Why
gap.
was that in there if you didn't land it?
What?
Just felt like putting like a fall in the section.
I don't know, man. Like,
It's all
like this
chain
is like,
direction?
yeah, like when you do the trick, like it just goes into the
Yeah.
vault.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? You don't see it again until the video premiere.
Right.
Like, I didn't really have too much. Actually, no. I think I did fly down to Arizona and I worked with Dustin and Shane while we made this.
Who did Dustin do the main editing in it?
Yeah, Dustin
Okay.
made this.
Okay.
With
Yeah, when
Shane.
like,
This is Dustin's
nothing
first
against,
video.
Nothing against Shane.
That's so crazy. It's his first video.
Yeah, that's insane. But nothing against Shane, but when Dustin made the videos, they were
It was way different. Yeah. You
Yeah,
could tell.
lot
They were
different.
they were noticeably different.
noticeably different. Yeah.
And now, what was with that iconic setup you had there? That became an iconic setup. Like the coup d'etat setup, you know?
Thrones, Juice,
Who's like
Cyrus
who
Liners,
came up with that concept?
Mindgame sticker, done.
Who came up with that setup? Because didn't Dustin ride the same thing?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. I think I couldn't ride my pro skates because they're too big, so I had to like stick
I
with
can't believe that
Thrones.
still.
But like the liners and the Cyruses were way better, so
Yeah.
you rocked the Cyrus
That Bud
liners
Wax
and
liner.
the Throne.
Yeah.
You know.
Just make do.
Yeah. See, this is like razor clips. Those are razors.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the
It's crazy. I
transition.
never noticed that. I never put the two together.
Dude, the bombing. You had such a signature 5. It was like
Yeah.
so dialed back then.
And you sessioned that with Dustin
Yeah, like
too
stuff.
that night.
Yeah, stuff like this. This was like one of the sessions we're talking about. It was like, okay, let's like try to grind this and drop in
Yeah.
on a vertical wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, has that been done? I don't
We're
know.
here.
Let's
Yeah.
try. It's high enough to push off. Like,
Yeah, it's all like figuring it out. Like,
yeah, it's like questioning stuff. You know,
Yeah.
It's just, how's this gonna go? Obviously,
it hasn't been done before. Yeah.
you know.
This is fucking sick too.
Yeah,
though,
this
so.
is
Actually, yeah,
crazy.
this was
This
another
is
one of
really
those.
sick
Yeah, that's
Can't believe I pulled it off.
Yeah.
that's one of those.
That's like, you ever seen TJ Weber jump over the Venice Beach ledge topsole?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
like that. on
Inspiration.
crack.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn, I never put that together either. The filming on this is crazy.
Dude,
Like,
you got
who's
Drew
film-
Blood, man. Come
Oh,
on.
oh,
That guy.
Drew Blood.
Come on, who's got angles like that? Only
Who
Drew.
got
Drew
angles
Blood.
straight up, filmed upside down with the XL1.
Yeah, this is the spot where like I met Haffy at.
You met Happy that
Yeah,
spot?
we had Wednesday night skates at this spot. That's where I met Haffy.
Actually, that was like the first spot I skated in California because it was like the convention center, the ASR. It was like right across the
And they
street.
got the flat ledges, 3 in
Yeah.
a row or 2 in a row
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. Those are like the old school ones, like you'd see them in like Brian Bell videos. Yeah, I think especially at this time, this was like no one was really skating. It was like more like people were getting like in the techie
Yeah.
era, doing focus on true spins, and
Right, right.
you're just like doing the gnarly stuff.
Yeah, hammers were new at this point.
At least this approach, I think.
And people weren't balancing fast slides either until this point. That was like a big monumental moment for this video. I remember.
Oh
just
yeah,
like
that's right. Fast
people-
lights came out.
People
in this
started
one, right?
balancing fast slides, which like
Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin in this. Yeah, it was
yeah.
the first.
First it was like topsole to fast slide to
Yeah.
kind of see how far you could go. That's how
Yeah.
that thing started. And it was like, oh, I could actually balance this stuff.
Yeah, this video was everything about it is just so like thoughtful. Like the fact that Brain Fear gone and like they kept it hidden. Like you couldn't do
yeah,
that nowadays.
Yeah, you can't do that at all.
You couldn't film a secret part without someone knowing you're not on the team. Like, how did that even get done?
I know.
That doesn't even. It's crazy.
I mean, my friend at school told me that. He's like, Feinberg's in it. I'm like, what do you mean?
Like, what? No, how could it be? I don't know.
And then like the brain for gone turns into Aaron Feinberg, and then you see the silhouette is actually Aaron. Yeah,
the first time watching that, like the first time.
Yeah, that was Shane's like
you straight up didn't
on the
know.
Videos.
It was just like, this is so, because you just watched
they didn't even show your fall.
The most epic video of like all time, and then like you're already stunned, and then that at the end you're like, no, there's more. And it's like you can only get that feeling one time. It's like that, like it's still sick. Like
the jukebox hero, man.
Yeah, it was like, that first time watching it was.
It's crazy. The Brain for Gone came out during an era where I skated with skateboarders, and I didn't really pay attention to blading, and I didn't watch any videos at that point. And it took me like 2 years later to watch Brain for Gone. I saw it 2 years later.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy. But I didn't stop skating. I just didn't pay attention to like anything going on. You know, there was no social media, so like I would get the Team Paradise or whatever it was, and I would just be like, I'm not gonna order anything, and I would just go skate with my boys.
It's easy to miss things back then.
Yeah. I missed Coup d'etat too. I missed all those videos back then. Yeah.
Epic ones.
Yeah, I know. Too bad.
But yeah. I mean, dude, we've been having you talking your ear off. I feel like we've covered some good ground.
Hell yeah.
Y'all good?
Sick ass stories. Yeah, y'all good.
I mean, dude, I could go on talking to you forever.
I mean, dude, that
is there anything
I don't know, maybe I'll
of?
write a book or something.
Dude, no, we gotta have.
Because there's lots of stories.
I want to hear what's a good one you have, like an OG good story.
Like,
topic wise,
it just depends what kind of road you want to go down. Man.
We didn't talk about like SSM NIM stuff at all. What about anything with that, like the transition from NIM to SSM itself?
NIM to SSM.
'Cause I'm not really familiar with the story about what the reason that was.
Basically, it's just like start NIM.
NIM was under was it under Razors in the beginning?
No, Rat Tail.
Okay.
Rat Tail.
Okay.
Started 4x4. Was the first.
Mm-hmm.
That was like coming off of Mindgame, obviously. Then around the same time, John started Ground Control with Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vicious came into play. And then started NIM. And then basically just like, it's rollerblading. Business and rollerblading is like, when you go into it, there's no winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is. Like, that time period is past, So it's like, I mean, I made a decent amount of money in rollerblading. So I was like able to like kind of invest some money into the company. My mom helped me out with some money to like get molds made, because that shit is fucking expensive as hell.
So expensive.
Like, I mean, John knows how it is.
Yeah.
It's
But
like,
we found out on the frame side, so I can even imagine with the boots.
oh yeah, you're talking about like,
Wasn't it a mold that was made already though?
the boot mold, cuff mold, sole plate mold.
Uh huh.
Oh,
like, okay. Yeah. So those things.
Yeah. Like, but
and the skin and stuff. I guess.
Yeah. But the Colt mold was there.
Yeah.
So basically just like you go bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like the same approach to like these badass spots.
It's like, what can you do, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like when you invest capital and the capital runs out,
Mm-hmm.
like, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you get put at a crossroads. You're like, okay, do I want to do this? Do I want to not?
Mm-hmm.
The only way to do it is just dump more capital into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when there's, nothing to dump, I had like a little bit of money left, and I was like, last shot. Do I just like quit? Do I quit?
Yeah.
Or do I go all in?
Last bullet.
So
All in.
I went all in.
Was you leaving Razors to do that not as hard as you leaving USD for Razors? Was it more?
Wait, what?
Like you said when you left USD for Razors, that was like one of the hardest things you had to do. Like, was you leaving Razors, having that legacy and everything with that company, to do your own thing? Was that as tough a decision to make?
Yeah. It
There gotta be some excitement there because you're starting your own.
It was different.
Yeah.
Because like, I knew I could compete with Mindgame. I knew I could compete with USD. I didn't know if I compete with Razors. Like,
it's kind of scary.
Like I
right?
built a fucking
created that
monster with that brand. Like
That's
all
true.
these, like, like
Yeah.
I am who I am today because of that time period.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and like, maybe I kind of knew that it was impossible,
Mhm.
but it didn't discourage me from trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And then how
which is good because like that was never my intention. Rollerblading needs Andy, needs razors.
Yeah, totally.
100%. It was never my intention.
You just wanted to do your own thing.
I just wanted to contribute.
Yeah.
You know, the main thing is it's like I really wanted to find Joey, find Montre, find like basically pass the torch, man.
Yeah.
Because that's your number one responsibility when you reach the top is to pass the torch. And that like, you know what I mean? Like that was like always something in my career that I always wanted to do was just like give people the opportunity to like receive the beautiful things rollerblading has to offer for them. You know? And you know, when you have like, as they call it, the juice, it's your responsibility to pass that on.
Totally.
It sounds so like humbling to hear those words come out of your mouth. Like usually, like I don't know. I guess we don't really hear you speak about stuff like this too often. So to hear that this is your way.
Think about it, man. Like rollerblading gave me so much.
Totally.
Like you have to, man. Like that's the like.
It's like pay it forward.
You have to pay it forward, man. Like I wouldn't have none of this. It's not mine. It's just I'm borrowing it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to pass it on, and that's how rollerblading's gonna stay healthy. You know.
Nah, man. I remember. I think it was, the Black Market video or it was like the rollerblading documentary.
Oh, Barely Dead.
Barely Dead. Yeah, but you said something in there that I thought was so cool. You're like, whatever, like, no one knows where blading is gonna go. No one knows what's gonna happen. He's like, but we keep believing in it. Something's gonna happen. Like, you know?
It's true, man. Because like, you know, like that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here today. You know, it's like, this is like, rollerblading is like, you know, everybody always talks about this whole thing like, oh, rollerblading's dead, rollerblading's dying, all this stuff. It's like, rollerblading will never die. Never die. As long as you have the people like keeping the torch lit and passing it on. Because like it's already been created. It's already been set up. And like,
it's there.
You know, so let's say rollerblading goes back to like where it used to be. It ain't gonna stick around. It's gonna die out eventually again. But you have to like, I don't know, you have to create that foundation to like be able to survive through those things. And like, to be honest, I think that Mindgame period, like coming out of corporate rollerblading, like that was one of the goals. Cause like you didn't want to go skate to like hit the skate park to go win X Games. Like you want to go street skate and create a culture so that when those contests leave and that money leaves, you're left with like the real. And if that goes, then the sport goes. So it's like, you know, you have to create that like that
contribute to that culture and build it.
You know what I mean? That like real, like it don't matter like what I get for doing this. I just do it because I truly love it. Like that's the most important. Because like
real.
You know,
that's
like
a good,
like what you gonna skate for? You gonna skate to win stuff? You gonna skate for money? Like
I mean, it would be nice.
People have people have right. But
it's not like the core.
But at the same time, like you put on skates, you go out skating, like the smile you have on your face is worth way more than anything you're gonna win. I'll tell you that. And that smile will last longer than any dollar you will make off rollerblading. So it's like that's why you blade, man. Or that's why you should blade. You know, and just love it, enjoy it. Because you know when you go to work and all those other cats you work with day to day, they ain't got something like that.
Exactly.
I don't never know. And like that thing that like he's talking about it being rare.
It's rare, man.
That rings true.
Like even you try to explain this stuff to people who don't know, like they don't they don't get it.
It's an emotional thing. It's like you said, you're not in it for the money, whatever. When everybody thinks back on skating in their lives, maybe like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whatever, we're gonna think about how much fun it was and how like you said, the brotherhood and experiences and stuff like that. You're not gonna think about, oh, I remember when I won $1,000 from this contest or whatever, or when I was getting paid from this place. Like, you're not going to remember that stuff as much as you remember the actual fun and experiences that you had with your friends. That's what's most important.
Most important.
Totally. I mean, we've had you on for a bit. I think we could talk like 3 hours because you have so much shit. I think we'd actually have to try to get you on again. But
This is amazing.
Probably, yeah, it's amazing, great stories. I think we want to wrap it up, but if you want to impart any last words on the audience watching.
Yeah, I'll drop like a plug real quick.
Do it.
We just dropped, Skookum Brothers just dropped an EP, Music for the People. It's called In the Mountains. All our music's free. What we create, we just like to give out. Hope y'all guys feel it. Hope it makes you move it. This is my new thing, man.
Where do they get it at?
You can check it out on our Bandcamp, Skookum Brothers Bandcamp. Everything free download. If you want to make a donation, go for it. We're going to try to tour this summer. Basically, the dream is just tour around the city and come play for everybody.
You should donate too, because musicians, even though we get stuff for free, like a lot of the time nowadays, especially regarding music and these other things, takes gas to get to the show.
Yeah,
guitars need strings. You know what I mean? Like
it's an expense.
It keeps
though.
things going. So always encourage supporting music.
Yeah, so that's that. Most importantly, just like live your life, enjoy rollerblading, be kind, love your brother, and help someone out. Pay it forward, because that's all we got in life, right?
I fucking love that.
That's real.
That was the most epic ending to an episode we ever had.
Ryan Shima.
Shima, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys
honor.
for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. Like,
this is dope, man.
Been having a great weekend.
Yes.
Very honored to be here, and like, I hope we all enjoy it and stay safe.
I'm sure everyone's happy to see you here, man.
Yeah,
Can't
man.
wait to have fun
like,
this weekend together.
Likewise, man. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Great weekend. But thanks, y'all.
Awesome.
Thanks,
So
y'all.
sick. Boom.